It is the morning of the 21st of March 1923, and Prasad Rao Keshav Rao Salve, a well-to-do lawyer in the beatific town of Chhindwara in central India, is headed back home from court in a hurry. He has just heard that his wife Cornelia has gone into labor and might deliver any time now. As was the norm in those days, children were mostly delivered at home under the ministration of midwives. As he paces anxiously in the expectation of good news, little does he know that an event of rare auspiciousness is about to occur in his house, and that his house has been chosen for the witnessing of a miracle. The signs are portentous. It is a day of equinox, when the diurnal and the nocturnal durations are exactly equal. A moment of astral equipoise and balance. At the stroke of noon, the sweet cries of a newly born child reverberate through the house. The miracle has taken place. Nirmala Salve is born. Into the arms of a joyous and delighted father is given a child who will be an agent of supreme divinity in this world, an incarnation of all the great spirits that have inhabited the earth from time to time, an incarnation of Adi Shakti, the primal causative force that governs the universe, an incarnation of every form of Godhead known to man. Today, we know that beautiful fair girl as Her Holiness Mataji Nirmala Devi, the creator of Sahaj Yoga. The story of her life is a story of unending miracles. Miracles brought about by the amazing power of her divinity and unending love. The incredible power of good that has been unleashed by her has worked like a soothing balm in this acrimonious and largely negative world. And today, we are able to enjoy the fruit of her labor and have a path laid out for us to unlock our own potential and ascend towards the final spiritual epiphany through the path of Sahaj Yoga.
Sahaj means simple. Sahaj is with you. The whole power is with you to become one with the divine. But that power has been distorted by using different incarnations and fighting. For example, Hindus fighting Muslims, see Christians fighting non-Christians, all sorts of things. So this is what is the loss of truth, and on which I insisted that they should see the truth within themselves. When they will discover it themselves, it will work out. And it has worked.
The house she was born in was one among many owned by her father in Chhindwara, where he had a good practice as a lawyer. The architecture of the house was typical of the houses in that area. A regular Christian Sahib's bungalow, with Gothic arches and stained glass windows. P.K. Salve was on good terms with the British establishment and had been conferred the title of Rao Sahib for his services as a recruiting officer in the First World War. This was 1923, and England was just about recovering from the ravaging effects of the First World War. The great Indian movement for independence was beginning to gather momentum, and Mahatma Gandhi was emerging as a key leader of the Indian National Congress Party, which was spearheading the movement. But the Salve household was unaware of its political destiny as yet. Years passed peacefully at the beautifully constructed bungalow in Chinwada, and you would most probably have heard the laughter of children as little Nirmala, her brothers and sisters, and other little friends gathered together to play and make merry. This was the house of Sri Mataji's earliest days as a child, a house that is still remembered by her with that special feeling of nostalgia and joy in her heart.
I remember the house of my father, which was a very nice house. My father had dogs in the house, and I was very fond of them. Also, he had one monkey, and I always used to go and talk to the monkey, give him food. But one thing I remember is a parrot, which was very much understanding me. My childhood has been very beautiful. I was very fond of trees and also of the garden, flowers. I was very much fond of. And my father, especially, he looked after that side of my life. He taught me what flowers are, what fruits are. I was very young, but he used to teach me and show me all these things. And since then, I've developed a great sense of colors and fragrance. I had tremendous love for animals, love for my family, my brothers and sisters, also my cousins. I loved them very much. Anybody came to my house, I would take out some mangoes or something. As a little girl, I used to offer to them. And main thing is my love was so inviting that whenever they came also they used to find out where is Nirmala. My mother was a very careful woman. She used to give me bath herself. She would not leave it with the ayahs, though we had servants. But all the time she was looking after me. And when I grew up, she said that I knew you are a girl and girls must be looked after. My father was another very great gentleman. He was a lawyer, very well known, very intelligent, but also very good at building houses.
This then is the blessed house where Sri Mataji spent her earliest days as a child. These are the blessed tiles on which Sri Mataji's tiny feet walked when she was a mere toddler. These sacred walls have absorbed the very first vibrations of our beloved mother. In every nook and cranny of this house are such wonderful vibrations that even casual visitors suddenly feel a palpable change in their consciousness. This is the room where Sri Mataji was born. This is the absolute sanctum sanctorum of this bungalow that has now become a holy temple.
When they come to this holy house, they feel the presence of Mother in every corner of this house. They feel blessed. They feel as if Mother has just been here. and even non-Sahaj yogis, when they pass nearby, they get attracted to this place. Everybody knew about this birthplace, and finally, after some negotiations, this was acquired on 14th of July 2005. After that, this place has been renovated, and it has been ensured that all the old things, all the old fixtures, doors, mirrors have been retained as far as possible, and wherever they were not functional or were in a very bad shape, same type of material has been used to restore it. So one can say that this whole building has been brought back to its old glory in the same way with same material, and it is looking beautiful as you are seeing.
In readiness for the expectedly large number of Sahaj yogis who would like to visit this shrine, elaborate arrangements are being made for their accommodation. A new international ashram is being constructed at a village called Linga, which is 10 kilometers from Chhindwara. It is a beautiful site with green hills all around and a check dam which adds to its charm.
We have about 35 acres of land, and this place will become extremely important for all Sahaj yogis. So we have planned in phases. First of all, we are planning to have accommodation for about 500 people. Then it will go to 1,000. As per requirement, the accommodation will keep on increasing. And then we will have infrastructure services, like we will have a very good dining hall, museum, library, and whatever is required for the comfort of Sahaj yogis, that will come up.
ये हम सारे सहयोगी भाई बहनों के लिए एक बहुत ही गर्व की बात है। ये एक ऐसा पवित्र स्थान जिसकी कल्पना हम सारे सहयोगी भाई बहन हमेशा करते हैं। ये एक इतना बड़ा सहज का तीर्थ स्थान हो जहाँ पे दुनिया के सारे लोग समय समय पर यहाँ पर आ कर के इस भूमि को स्पर्श करके अपने आप को पवित्र रखें।
Most important thing about this house is that at that time there must not have been much habitation here. And what they liked most, my parents, both my parents, that there should be plenty of light and plenty of air, fresh air. And there must be a neem tree always. And there must be a veranda and all spacious rooms and plenty of rooms. This house, as told by my mother, was designed by her because she was a mathematician. She had having graduated from Ferguson College with mathematics. But it was she who insisted that Papa should renounce the title of Rao Sahib, which was conferred upon him by the British, and take a plunge into the freedom struggle. So Papa decided to sell this house and migrate to Nagpur.
When Sri Mataji reached the age of 4, the family migrated to Nagpur, a much bigger town where she joined a missionary school. It was at Nagpur that P.K. Salve and his wife Cornelia decided to join the Indian movement for independence.